What a beautiful day today here in central Missouri. Hey, y'all, this is Kelly, the Broken Carnivore Christian. Man, it is gorgeous today out here in central Missouri. But first, I want to take a moment to remember everybody that was affected by this hurricane that came in. Y'all in my thoughts and prayers. I can only imagine what y'all are going through, losing everything, losing loved ones, being despaired, being uprooted. Y'all are my thoughts and prayers. Um, that makes me very grateful, but then I'm humbling myself to remember that y'all are very affected from this. But that said, boy, it is day 65 on my carnivore journey, and I have lost 34 pounds. And I am beyond grateful to be out here videoing and walking. It has been amazing time. There was a lot of lessons I had to learn, and I am very beyond grateful to learn from those mistakes. One thing I have learned in the last 30 days on this carnivore journey, one is I don't worry about the weight loss. It will come. What I'm more important for me is my health and how I feel daily and how I want to engage more and want to get out more and want to be able to enjoy life and want to get out and move to get more flexible. And this last week, I was very happy that I at work that I was going downstairs quicker. I was going upstairs quicker. I wasn't in pain. I was actually doing more, wasn't as stiff as I was. And that right there is an awesome inspiration to continue to go. I'm looking forward the next 30 days and beyond this diet. I don't even consider this a diet. I consider this a lifestyle change. I am so grateful. That's why this video right now, you're seeing me, I'm out here walking because I want to get my mobility back. I want to get my flexibility back. Well, just like anything, you have to work. You have to stretch. You have to exercise. You have to strengthen. I'm one of those. I hated to exercise. I get burned out in it. But as we get older, even when we're on a carnivore diet or a ketogenic diet or a low carb diet, we still, as we get older, we have to remember, we have to stretch, we have to exercise no matter what, because we have to build our muscles. We have to keep moving. Our bodies are made. God had created us and designed us to move. We're not to sit. We're not to slouch down. We're here to move. We should be very active. And I know today, 2,000 years ago or even 100 years ago are better. We were move a lot. But now, as we're in the 21st century, a lot of jobs sit. We're not as active. I am more active at work than a lot others jobs. But also I have to remember that I have to stay active even when I'm home. And these are the encouraging things and inspiring me to keep on going. Um, that said, today today's subject that I'm talking about is called discouragement and determination. I did my first video 2 weeks ago, and as I listened, I didn't watch it, I listened to it, and I was discouraged about that video. I was so discouraged that I said, this is not me. I'm not doing this. People there out there is doing a better job than I do. Let them share their testimony. I'm done. I was discouraged. I hated it. But this is what gave me my material today for this video, guys. Um, it gave me the inspiration to do another video, and also gave me the inspiration if one person viewed that video and they were inspired to change their life, or that the gospel that I explained, even though it may not have been presented very well, if they heard that, and if one person their life has changed, or they're thinking about that, I'm going to leave it. If it's going to be an encouraging, I'm going to leave it as a reminder to keep going, not to give up. Just the same thing as in your carnivore journey, and you're discouraged because you don't get the results you want, because you didn't lose the weight you want. Well, all we not function the same. We may be different. I know men and women, their body functions a way different. We deal with hormones, and a lot of our hormones are way different. And men can lose weight quicker than women, but also it's determination. But if you get on that scales, and don't let the scales be the discourager. It's just a number. Just remember, if you get on the scale and you were losing weight, and you get on that scale and you were discouraged because you didn't see the number you want, don't let that discourage you and give up. Look at your day one, where you started. Like when I was at day one, I wanted to give up work and go home and just rest and sit in my chair. But that's not what let me that determination to start this carnivore journey. Was it's time for elimination. The ketogenic diet was failing on me. And also, as I look back, I was failing it myself because I was eating too much, but I also wasn't aware that some of the plant-based foods that I was eating was high in oxalates that causes high inflammation. My inflammatory markers were high because I was eating. I also love dairy, love heavy whipping cream, love cheese, and that was affecting me. So I decided I am going on this journey because I was very well inspired with the information I had in the past. And this is how I, learned about, going through this was 4 years ago when I started this ketogenic diet. And as I go, I was inspired. So don't let the scales, do not let those numbers discourage you. Find that determination, find the inspiration to keep going, because maybe sometimes you need to look back. That's why I log everything down. I log my blood pressure because I hadn't been on blood pressure medicine for a while. I stopped taking it, but I wanted to make sure that I had it with me. I also wanted to make sure I had my blood pressure monitor with me. I wanted to make sure that I checked throughout the day, and every time it was in check. Yeah, some of the number may be a little higher than I want, but that's okay because I was out there active. I came in from work and I was working, I was moving. And so, yeah, your blood pressure is going to go up when you are moving, when you're working or you're working out. But don't let that discourage you. Look back. I made mistakes this last 30 days about on a lot of stuff. And, I got discouraged myself about the number. Last week, I gained. I was like, why am I gaining? I was getting discouraged. But then I look back and say, well, what did I do wrong? Which one thing is I ate too much cheese. And I have to remember, I love dairy. I will still have dairy in my diet. But I got to remember that I have to limit it to a treat, not so much dairy. I don't eat, all the other stuff. But if I want some cheese, I'm gonna make it moderation. If I have a problem, I'll have to eliminate it if it's a problem. But I want to make sure that I am not being discouraged, and I'm not making the mistake, and I'm not causing the discouragement to go back. But a week later, I am down to 304. And from day one, that's what inspired me. Last week when I was discouraged and I saw the number went up compared to the week before, I had to look back because that day, from day one, I was 338.5. I gained 2 pounds or 4 pounds because of, I made a mistake. But I did not let that discourage me anymore. I looked what I needed to do. I got disciplined, and I continued. And I went from that Friday, last Friday, to this Friday, 304. I hadn't weighed that in 3 or 4 years when I first lost my first 100 pounds, when I was even heavier than 338. I weighed like that when I was in the hospital 20 years ago, almost lost my leg. That's when I noticed that I had a problem, and I was over 300 pounds. And I never got below that. But it gave me that drive, gave me that discipline to keep going, being inspired. So don't give up. Take notes. I am beyond grateful for a carnivore community they humble themselves, they encourage one another. I Last Thursday I had to take my daughter to the doctor because she had poison ivy. So I get a chance. I want to always, when Kerry Mann Homestead How, he always does live. I am a member for his channel, and I love his live chats, and every person that on that in the carnivore community, we encourage one another, and him as well, because we all were affected one time or another when we were. Some of us was overweight, some of us were obese, some of us was depressed, saddened, hurting, in pain. We had rashes. Some of us was near suicidal thoughts. Some of us wanted to give up, but every one of us was inspired to keep going. One of us, it gets started. And you, if you're discouraged about, when they're come, get on, go and go view these other channels. There's many of them. One is definitely a good inspiration to go watch. Bill Knott, his amazing journey. Bill, you're just talking about you here. It is inspiring. It's humbling me. And way to go. Way to have that determination to go from where you were at the beginning to where you're now. And you're looking forward to next year being at your goal weight, being out to be able to do stuff that you couldn't do for a long time. Bill, you are amazing. You also are very humble yourself, and you talk about Jesus, and that is very important because he doesn't want us to be discouraged. He wants us to be encouraged. He's there to fight for us. And not only that, he wants us spiritually healthy, he wants us emotionally, mentally, and physically healthy. And this diet, this carnivore diet, this ancestral diet, this proper human diet, this is the diet that God had created from the beginning of time, since the time that the garden to today. And the last, in the last 100 years, maybe the last 50 years, it the diet, we were told to do this and that, but yet with the proper human diet was demonized. And so if you're at a part that you're discouraged, and you're looking at you going through YouTube, and you are first time hearing about carnivore from me or anyone, and you're discouraged, come, and if you're skeptical about trying to start it, I just suggest many others on this journey, this carnivore journey, the carnivore family. I call them family because each one of them is very inspirational. We come together. They, just like I'm saying, they'll say probably the same thing. If you're skeptical, just try it for 30 days and see where it is, because you will be amazed in the results. And I started it July 26th, and now it's October, or no, it's not October yet. September 28th, day 65. And I am down to 304 from July 26th when I started it. And it's invigorating to get out, enjoy the beauty. And as I'm going on this journey and continue, like some of my videos, I wanted to start inspiration. I'm going to do a review. I'm going to order Butcher Box because I think it's great that we should support our local farmers and ranchers. But if you're in a situation that you can't be able to do that, um, I've been seeing Butcher Box. I hear about Butcher Box. I see the reviews on Butcher Box. On my channel, one day I'm going to order Butcher Box and we're going to do a review and what comes in it and their quality of meat and why. I'm beyond grateful because I have local ranchers and farmers around, and I have a local farmers, right next door that is going to start doing grass-fed beef, and I'm so grateful because I will willing to support my local farmers because they're here to make a living, just like I am, just like you are, like everyone. We're here. We have to survive, and I will support them far more than going to the store. And I know sometimes we can't afford that prime grass-fed, grass-finished beef, even some beef. But go to Dr. Barry YouTube channel. He will help you even on cheaper meat. He's got a great diet. I started and I still use it. I'm not using as much, but I'm kind of getting back in more of it. It's called BBBE, bacon, butter, beef, and eggs. It's great. It's very proper human. He's the one that created it. A lot of us use it, man. Especially if you get the pasture raised eggs. I mean, they are tasty. They taste great. Um, but going back to my discouragement and determination, guys, if you are starting and you're tired of, this, and you want to find a better way, and you're tired, you're depressed, you're sick, you're on your last with, you feel hopeless, so discouraged because your doctors, your health coaches, any health coaches, society, big food, big pharma say that we have to eat this way, and you're tired of it, you're sick of it, and you feel hopeless, and you come across my channel or any of the channels that promotes this proper human diet, wants to heal humanity, I encourage y'all to try a carnivore for 30 days. If you want a little vegetables, find the warning heeds of the vegetables and stuff. You don't want a little carbs and stuff. Try it, ease into it, whatever you want to do. Try it for 30 days. See where your results are. I'm encouraging y'all to try it. I'm not forcing y'all. I'm encouraging y'all. I'm just basing on how I feel at day 65, and I'm outside walking and filming, enjoying the beautiful day instead of sitting in my chair watching TV, napping half the day because I want to relax because I'm hurting. That's where we go, that we can be our own enemy. We can be our own discouraged. We can discourage ourselves like, oh man, I'm hurting. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to rest. We can also sadly, we can discourage others. And the one thing is I don't want to discourage others. I wanted to encourage others. And I want to make sure that I humble myself and not be prideful and boastful and pushy. But I want to encourage that through my testimony and many others, we encourage you and we will cheer you on. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Comment below. Ask me questions. Go to these other YouTube channels. Bill Knott, Carrie Mann, Homestead How. There's many others out there. Many doctors. Dr. Anthony Shafee, Dr. Ken Berry. There's a doctor, I can't remember. He's a carnivore, and he's wrote a book that says, "Stay off my operating table." And he promotes that the best medicine for our hearts is our nutrition. Nutrition is the most important key, and I encourage you to continue to think about your health. Think about where would you want to be? What's inspiring you to have that determination? Say enough is enough. I want to change. I said this 65 days ago, and I'm not going back. I really like it. I love it. I'm enjoying life. I want to spend more time with my daughters. my youngest is in ninth grade, 4 years. She's going to be an adult. And if I didn't make that change and stop being discouraged about my pain and about the inflammation and about my lost hope and started getting depressed, even though I wasn't on no antidepressant, I was getting depressed. I was being very discouraged. And I'm like, I thought this was hopeless. This is the way I'm going to live the rest of my life. And that is not how we should live. We should live our fullest until the Lord calls us away from this world. And I am beyond grateful that I'm beyond grateful for what Jesus done for us, for the world. And I'm beyond grateful. I mean, I'm not perfect. I fall, I fail. I failed in some ways in the last 65 days in this diet. I had too much of this. I had too much of dairy. I may have had too much some sauce. You know, it's a learning lesson. It's you learn and you learn to grow, just like your faith in Christ. When you accept that gift of salvation, you want your life, you want to let him speak out. Just like this, it's like we have to have that determination. Just like in Romans 12:3, if you are a Christian and you are a new Christian, you want to remember that what Paul stated, that we must present ourselves as living and holy sacrifices, ones that God finds acceptable and pleasing to him. And we should not conform to our old habits, our sins, or the ways of the world, but by transforming us by the way we think, then we know his will for us. But here's a warning in verse 3. We must not think we're better than we actually are, because we're nobody. Without Christ, we are nobody. We are broken and busted. I'm here. I'm broken, busted Kelly. I'm broken and busted. That's why my channel is called The Broken Carnivore Christian, because I'm broken and busted. And this is who I am. This is who I am to serve for Jesus. My testimony and what he inspired and put on my mind, that's what I am, who I am. I am not perfect. I am far from perfect. I will fail. I'm sure I will fail down the road. I end up discouraging others. I don't want to do that, but I know it's going to fail. But I also want to remember that I humble myself, because what he done for me, I need him. That's why he is my Lord and Savior. Jesus, one thing about Jesus, he said during his ministry is, and it's in Matthew 11. I don't know much about it. I'm not going to say it word for word, but I'm just going to give it in a simple term. Jesus said, "Come, all you weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." He says, "Take upon my yoke, for my yoke is easy, for my yoke is light, and my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." He's not going to take away any of our pain. He's not going to take away our sin. It'll take away our sin, but he's not going to take away any consequences or anything that we deserve, or the struggle or the storm we're going through. Whether it is if you got a loved one that's sick, dying of cancer, or if you are struggling with something, are you battling with this? He will be right beside you. He wants to be beside you. He is fighting for you. And he wants to take the biggest part of the burden on him, because that's what he done for us. He took it to the cross. He nailed it. And all he's asking is, take my yoke. It is easy. My burden is light. And we'll walk through this storm. We'll walk through this journey. Let me help you go through this carnivore journey, or a way to eat. Let's get healthy all the way around, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Before I sign off here, I am going to, this is a disclaimer. I am not sponsored by any of this, but I am going to talk to you about what's important about electric lights. Scruffy wants to say hi. Say hi, Scruffy. Say hi. Say hi. Say you want to be part of this video. You want to see everybody say hi. Hey, y'all, it's me again. I am here in my kitchen to tell you about an important, essential ingredients that we need in our system. It's called electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. It is a key essentials to our body. We have to have it to function. We say, when we have muscle cramps, heart palpitations, we're fatigued. A lot of times we could be low on electrolytes, and these are the main key essentials for our bodies. And sometimes we get so bad we need to go to the doctor, and they say, well, you need Gatorade. Well, to me, Gatorade, Powerade, all those sports drinks that they advertise supposed to be good, no matter if it's sugar free or sugar, is trash. It's garbage. I don't drink that. I hadn't drank those in a long time, and I will not put them in my body because they're full of sugar, full of poison, full of chemicals, and it causes issues. So there's one brand, and disclaimer, I am not sponsored by them in this video. I am telling you who I like the best. And my favorite electrolyte mix is Element. I've been using them for the last 2 or 3 years. They're chock full of the equal amount of potassium, sodium, and magnesium. This is one of my favorites I get. It's called citrus salt. My most favorite, this is watermelon salt. It is delicious. And then this last time I ordered the raw unflavored. Sometimes I just like to have just this regular electrolyte without any flavor, without the sweetening. The one good thing about these, they are 100% natural. They do not have any artificial ingredients. They don't have sugars. They don't have artificial sweeteners. They are the ones that are flavored. They are sweetened with the stevia leaf extract. They are delicious. They're very healthy, and I highly encourage y'all to go there to drinkelement.com. Looked at their story, look why they want to do this and why they promote the proper human health. I will link this down below, so you can go to their website. You can order. You could possibly check other, type in Carnivore, search, look at other YouTube channels. Other YouTube channels that promotes proper human diet, carnivore animal-based diets. They could possibly have a link discount code that you can go and you can get. If you buy some, I believe they said that you can get a free sample pack of all the flavors. And I think new this year, and I just recently got it. I ordered it a few weeks ago. Absolutely delicious. Settles my soda crave, because I love to have a little fizz. So most of the time, to keep away from Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, all the diet junk, diet sodas, I've been drinking sparkling mineral water. San Pellegrino is my favorite, but there's other flavors. But remember, if you do that, get the glass bottle. Stay away from plastic. It's not good, but get the glass bottles. But here's the new thing. It's called, it's our favorite. This is my favorite one. Watermelon salt in sparkling mineral water. Gets you satisfied. Satisfies the soda craving. They have many different flavors. It has no sugars, no caffeines, and nothing dodgy, and all of the electrolytes you need. Equal balance. So I will link that down below my description on this video. drinkelement.com. Y'all have a good day. Stay healthy. Stay hydrated.